Hi guys, welcome back to KimmyPBudgets. My name is Kim. I am going to go over my 2026 financial goals and non-financial goals, and I hope that this may encourage you or help you get started with your budgeting journey. I think like most cash budgeters, we are not financial advisors. We just kind of do what we think is best for us, and whether your income is solo or with your partner, husband, wife, whomever, that's totally your business. But I am going to go over my goals, and my money is just like when I cash stuff, it's just for me. Meaning like it's just my income. It's also not my boyfriend's. So yeah, so let's get started. This is another one of the many videos I'm going to be posting today, just because it's very snowy outside and we're supposed to get a lot of snow, and I'm sitting in front of a window. I keep the window open all the time because the room that I sit in, it's a spare bedroom, but it gets very hot in here because the radiator for the room is very big. So having the window open really circulates this room and it feels a lot better in here. So I got cold, so I put a sweater on. But anyway, I'm gonna go over my financial goals. So right now for my emergency fund, I'm sitting at like $1,000, I think. And so my goals for this whole year is probably adding another $1,500 to $2,000 in my emergency fund. And it's important to have this fund, especially like, say for example, I don't know, maybe you had a minor illness that put you out of work for maybe like a week. If you need to dip into that, that's what it's for. Or say for example, something went wrong with your car and you didn't have the funds for it, you can dip into that. So you just never know, and it's important to always have this emergency fund on hand, and try not to spend out of it. Just keep adding to it and use it when it's necessary. But yes, so that's my goal for this year. And my other goal this year too is to start using the month ahead method. So I have not decided yet. Like this is my month ahead binder. It says always ahead, never behind. And I have not every single one of my bills, just one. I'm just stuffing the ones that I know is going to always need to be a part of my life. So for example, like, the water bill, the electric bill. We don't have a mortgage, so I don't really need to save for that. And then I also have like my cell phone, health insurance, student loans. Now, even though student loans is not like a forever thing, but it's gonna take me a while to pay it off. I'm not in a rush to pay off my student loans because it is low in interest and it's considered a good debt, if you will. Hearing from like personal experience, I've known people to like, they had the money, they paid off their house, or like they paid off like big loans of some sorts, and it actually like crashed their credit score. Now, I'm not aiming for a perfect credit score. I'm aiming for, just to pay off some debt and, to increase my credit score, if you will. So, yeah. So my plan is to start taking care of that. My subscriptions, I said water, electric, my car insurance. I have a dental and vision insurance, so that's that, and miscellaneous. So honestly, in my mind, I've always said, well, what's the point of like doing the month ahead if sometimes the numbers fluctuate? So like, for example, like when I get my new insurance starting March, the payment every month is going to be less, but I'm just going to take care of whatever I labeled it in my binder. So like, say like if I just want to save $230, I'm just gonna save it for that month. And then when I'm done with this binder and I go to another one, like when I do my second month, then I'll decrease it. But all in all, when this money is like filled, I'm gonna put it in the bank as like my month ahead and my high yield savings account through Ally, and then I'll just let it build. So my other thinking too is when I hear about people doing month ahead, I'm always like, well, like what if your bills are like different? Like, you know, for example, like most people have rents and mortgages and I don't. And so like, what do you do about that? So for me, if I can get ahead like this and put it in the bank, and down the line, say 8 years from now, something goes on and like say I don't have a job anymore or something and I need the money to kind of lay on while I find a new job, this will be the money for that. Now, whether it's not exactly for my car insurance, you know, like who knows 8 years from now if my car insurance is still going to be $116.51. Like, you know, you just save for it and then you just throw it in the bank. Whether in 8 years from now it's more or less, you have the money, so it doesn't matter. You can use it, which is good. So that's my thinking and plans for that month ahead. Extra savings, I am planning to do like an extra $100, $200 a month, aside from all my savings challenges that I'm doing. So we'll see how good that goes. And my other financial goal this year is for Christmas. I want to save between $1,500 and $2,000. So $1,500 to $2,000. Now, I don't have kids. My boyfriend does not have little kids. He does have grandkids though. My boyfriend is a little older. So, you know, this money will be for like if we do our Christmas gathering, if we go away on our trip. Like, I just want to have this money so that, you know, we'll be comfortable, we'll be okay to go do things. So that's what this is for. And like, if I need to get Christmas gifts for people, this is what it's for. Thanksgiving, same thing. I want to do like between $1,200 and $1,500. This money will go towards, if we typically go away for Thanksgiving, like the long weekend. So maybe I can use that money towards wherever we decide to go. Or this too for gatherings, Thanksgiving gatherings that we have here. So that is my goal for this year. Now I have a goal on here that I pretty much took care of already, and which, if you guys not have seen that video, go back into my videos and watch what I did. I paid off a loan. So when you pay off a loan completely, now this was not considered a good loan, if you will. So it was very high in interest and I just wanted to get rid of it. So this loan was like, I think like 5,000 something. And if you paid it off, you know, it took some interest off or whatever, and that was it. So I ended up paying off this loan. It was $4,770.65. And I saved, so I think for last year, when I started my cash budgeting journey in April, I was able to save money from April to December and even more. And I even had a buffer in my checking account that I was able, because I was short on my savings challenges. Not that I was short on the savings challenges, but I did what I could for my savings challenges. Like I saved that amount that, you know, that you're supposed to save in those challenges, but I had a little bit more, but I paid it off already. So this can actually be crossed off. So this is actually my first goal that was completed here for 2026. I could also cross off the starting using month ahead method, but I think we're gonna wait a little bit so that we can come back and reflect later. And also starting to pay student loans. I do have some student loans I need to pay, so I need to take care of that. But this is actually, like I said before, it is actually considered a good debt. So I'm just taking my time paying it, and you know, just try to make a difference, I guess. My other goal is paying 50% off of my car. So it's funny because if you have a vehicle, this is also considered good credit. And if you, like I mentioned before, if you have, you know, the funds and you just pay it off, it actually like plummets your credit. And I know that from hearing from personal experiences. So I'm not in a rush, I guess, to pay off my car, but I also don't want the payment. So my goal is just to pay an extra like 50% off on the car, and we'll see what happens there. I do have another credit card that needs to be paid off through Citibank. That is another goal that I want to complete this year. This is also like another debt, if you will. Not a good debt, but so yeah, my goal for this year is to keep paying every month on it, and then at the end of the year, whatever I saved up between all my challenges and everything, and when I have enough, I'll just pay for the whole thing. So that is these are my financial goals for the year. So I'm pretty happy with this. If I need to add to it, I will, and then I'll let you guys know if anything had changed. So my non-financial goals. So since we've been back from Mexico, we have been eating a lot healthier, a lot better, cooking at home more, not eating out as much, and going from there. We cut back on our coffee, sweets, ice cream, things like this, and it's been a pretty good journey, to be honest. It's been not bad. He's down 11 pounds, I'm down 8, so I think we're making progress. So the first goal would be to eat healthier, you know, more vegetables, but understanding what kind of vegetables to eat. We don't eat nightshade vegetables. I mean, I love bell peppers and all that good stuff, but we don't eat that because those nightshade plants are not good. So bell peppers, eggplants, what else don't we eat? We don't eat too much of broccoli or cauliflower, but we do eat it. We do a lot of carrots, and also another nightshade. We don't really eat tomatoes either. Tomatoes are not really good for you. They're acidic. We try to do away with tomatoes and potatoes. But I mean, you know, if you guys are on a weight loss journey or the eating healthier journey, just Google some of these things, and I'm sure there's something out there, some resources out there that you can read on about what's healthy for you, what's not healthy for you. I know there's a website that we kind of reflect on a little bit. It's Dr. Gundry. And he has like a do's, what's it called? It's like a don't list, like things that you can eat and things you can't eat. So if you want, you can check that out. I'll try to remember to link it in my bio or in the description, the link, so that you guys could check it out if you want. But yeah, so we've been doing that. My goal for this year is to lose between 15 to 30 pounds. I think he's trying to go down to like 210 or something like that. He started out at 240, so he's down to 229 right now. So he still has some ways to go. I still have a little ways to go myself. So by the time he is Muslim, so we are doing Ramadan. So we will be starting that next month. So I've been doing that with him for the last like 3 or 4 years. So we enjoy it very much. And I think even with that is not to eat anything sun up to sundown, not even water. So I look forward to it every year just because it's a different time, and you know, it's a good way of reflecting and working on yourself and all that good stuff. Eating and cooking at home more, which we definitely have exceeded. We've been doing all that. The dishes are crazy. My hands are like super dry from just washing the dishes all the time. But yeah. And less eating out. And if I do eat out, to be cautious. So for example, last night we went out with a couple and we went out to a restaurant and we were careful of what we got. So I had like what did I have? I had a cream of broccoli soup, which is fine because it's broccoli and it's cheesy. And I just did not eat the croutons because that's carbs. And so we're refraining from like bread, if you will. We love bread, but we're not going to be able to eat it. And I had a Caesar salad, no croutons as well. And then, what did I have for entree? Oh, I had a salmon. It was really good. I had salmon. They came with like a bunch of veggies and potatoes on it. I ate everything except for the potatoes. And that was really good. And so, you know, I'm not saying don't go out to eat at all. But like, if you do go out to eat, just be cautious of what you're getting, what you're eating, knowing I'm not a perfect, like, you know, nutritionist or anything, but if you read up on some of these things, like, you know, just know that it's gonna work, you know, and that's what we do. We read up on things and check things out on the internet, check out resources that we can look at in regards to what can and can be eaten. It's just hard because when you're going out, you don't know 100% what they put in your food, I guess. So it does make it kind of difficult, but you know, we try to be careful. But this is also why we try to eat a lot at home. The other goal is to cut sweets and coffee. So I have not had, now yesterday was kind of like a cheat day because we did end up having a dessert, but it was very light. It was like an almond tiramisu. It had like almond crunches on top, but it was very light. It was actually lighter than an actual tiramisu, which was kind of crazy. But it was very good. I have coffee this morning. I have it with me right now, but I don't drink coffee on a daily anymore. I'm not running to Starbucks anymore. I even took the coffee envelope out of my wallet. So I do have a spending envelope, but you know, I only put a little bit in there, but if I end up getting a coffee, I could use that money for that. But I really don't. I've been really good about not drinking any coffee. I've been doing some teas every now and then, but I mean, that's really what I'm doing. Another goal is to exercise more. Without making excuses, I'm trying to find time to exercise. So it's kind of hard because I work a lot, he works a lot. By the time we come home, we're like drained. I mean, by the time we're done and, you know, it's already 5 o'clock, so we already need to make dinner and all that stuff. So it's very hard and difficult to find time to exercise. But again, I'm trying not to find an excuse to not exercise. I can even do simple exercises at home, but I need to find the time to do it. Or I need to stop making excuses and just do it. But yeah. And then of course, drink more water. So I carry around a Stanley and I think I fill it about 2 or 3 times a day. So yeah, so I've been doing that. I even drink a lot throughout the night as well. I'm finding myself to do that. But yeah, these are my like health goals for 2026. Honestly, I think it's been a pretty good start so far. So I'm very happy about this. But yeah, so these are my financial and non-financial goals for the year. And if you like this kind of a content, I'm not going to be a nutritionist, so I don't want to keep posting anything about it, but we'll reflect back on these goals sometime, like probably the first quarter at the end of the year, and then go from there. But yes, so I will be posting my other cash budgeting journey for my other binders. But yeah, so I hope you guys stay safe out there, and please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.